we have the ABS-cbn story today that's dominating the airwaves and the internet. And let me just show you something, okay? So this is the statement of Malacanang Palace. According to Malacanang, according to Duterte's spokesperson, okay, the biggest Gibel propagandist in the Philippines. According to Roque, they maintained neutrality on ABS-CBN's franchise, saying that the decision lies solely in the hands of Congress. All right. Of course, only Congress can provide congressional franchise, but we all know that Duterte has been threatening to shut down ABS-CBN for years, right after he got elected. He was saying for years, like for example, this one 3 years ago, that he's gonna block, this is 3 years ago, he's gonna block, or Duterte is going to block the renewal of franchise of ABS-CBN. Okay, that's coming from the dictator himself. Okay, from the let's listen.
Been there for about 25 years. Sabi ng batas po only if you adhere to journalism. Ang ginawa ninyo sa amin, it's tapa, swindling, not only me, but si Discudero, pati si marami pa yan. Inutso ninyo, utang ina harapan magkulikta kayo tapos istapa ninyo. So, I will file for claim. No longer, Congress no need to renew it. But to operate.
So, he's saying Congress is not going to renew it. Okay, the thing about Philippine politics is that Congress is just like a rubber stamp, institution, political institution of the Malacanang Palace. Okay, they can always bribe, whoever is sitting at the Malacanang Palace can always bribe members of Congress. All right, unlike in the U.S., they have this two-party system, and the two parties in the United States, like the Democrats and Republicans, are guided by ideologies. It's impossible for a Republican president to bribe Democrats, for example, in Congress. So that's the beauty of the two-party system. In our case, okay, because we have a lot of parties in the Philippines, these politicians in Congress are not guided by any ideology at all. They're guided by money, okay, by whoever is sitting at the Malacanang Palace. Okay, that's how easy it is for a sitting president, despite the fact that he doesn't have control of both houses. For example, the Senate and Congress. He can always bribe them. He can always pressure them, all right, to get what he wants. Okay, that's the power of the president in this country. All right, so we have President Duterte speaking in 2017, that's 3 years ago, April 27, 2017, telling reporters that no, Congress is not gonna renew your franchise. And yet we have, the master propagandist, Harry Roque, saying no, we are neutral. We don't have anything to do with the decision of members of Congress or the committee handling the matter, because we did not do anything at all. We just let them decide. So we have President Duterte saying, I'm not gonna have Congress renew your franchise.
So I will point this out. Yung basura ninyo, then we'll see.
Wait, sir, just to clarify, you're going to block the renewal of franchise of ABS?
You're committing a crime.
So you're gonna block the...
Yes.
So yes, according to the reporter, the female reporter, so are you gonna block ABS-CBN's franchise renewal? Duterte unequivocally said, yes, they committed a crime. What crime is that? Estafa, according to him. I don't know if he filed estafa, but I think he did file estafa case against, ABS-CBN. So basically, we have a president who was motivated by personal vendetta against against ABS-CBN. All right. So we have a president motivated or fueled by personal vendetta, and that's the reason why ABS-CBN, is now in limbo, and they don't have any choice but to let go of 11,000 uh, 11,000 employees, and that's a lot of mouths to feed, and these 11,000 employees have their own families. But according to Duterte, no, you're not gonna have your franchise renewed because you hurt my feelings. We have a snowflakey president who got triggered by ABS-CBN's actions. All right, and the only way Duterte can settle that, according to him in 2017, is not to renew ABS-CBN's franchise, to shut down ABS-CBN. So we have this evidence showing that Duterte has something to do with all of this. But regardless of what master propagandist Harry Roque is going to say, no one is going to believe him unless you're a DDS.
You are engaged in swindling. Ano yun, ilang kumpanya dito na bayad na hindi ninyo pinalawan. If you operate a ABS-CBN, tapos manluloko lang kayo ng tao pag swindling kayo, I have to stop you. Diba? Ito manluloko, anong gawin ko?
Alright, so if you notice, Duterte has been alleging cases or complaints like estafa, swindling, but none of this was raised in the congressional hearings. 11 congressional hearings conducted by the committee in Congress. None of these complaints, raised by Duterte 3 years ago, was raised in Congress. Instead, Duterte's men in Congress had all these complaints about tax evasion, abuse of employment, something. I don't know, but all of them are baseless. And according to BIR, ABS-CBN paid its taxes in full. Okay, ABS-CBN paid its taxes in full. So what the hell are they talking about? So I talked about this in 1 month or 2 months ago, and I said in my previous vlog that and that was 1 month ago. Okay, this witch hunt. I said in my previous vlog that before all these congressional hearings, that Duterte's men, led by Paulo Duterte, is going to conduct a witch hunt against ABS-CBN in order to justify the total shutdown of the network. I said that in my previous vlog. Here's my previous vlog that I'm talking about. So, anti-ABS-CBN witch hunt has begun. Beware of state-funded diversionary tactic. It's really sad to see and think that we're gonna see the loss of jobs or employment of more than 11,000 employees of ABS-CBN. And like I said, these 11,000 employees have their own families to feed. And where do you think these people are gonna get a job during this crisis? And a lot of DDS are saying, no, you're not the only ones who lost job. Okay, there's a difference between losing job because the government took down your company, and simply losing job because that company was not able to survive the crisis. All right, and ABS-CBN without government intervention could have survived the coronavirus crisis. They can still keep their own employees, but the government said no, you're gonna go. I don't give a damn about your 11,000 employees. Who knows, probably more than 50% of them are DDS. All right, and it's so sad to see that I'm not an ABS-CBN fan. I've never been an ABS-CBN viewer, but there are a lot of ABS-CBN talents who are not supportive of the network, and it's so heartening. I'm using the word heartening to see that the biggest supporter of ABS-CBN are its fans. All right. When it comes to its talents, like Vice Ganda, okay, Vice Ganda has never been vocal in his support for ABS-CBN. Vice Ganda is a brain dead DDS, and Robin Padilla, his wife Marielle Padilla, all of these people are all DDS, and they became successful because of one network. All right. So again, I'm not a fan of ABS. Even in fact, I grew up hating this company because of the fact that ABS-CBN is a crony. Okay, it's a monopoly, and it's being protected by the government, by our constitution, against foreign competition. Unlike in other countries in which the media companies in other countries are not protected by from outside competition. So technically, if you are an owner of a media institution in this country, you are being protected by the government from competition. And now we have technically GMA 7 that's now protected from absolute competition, because its competition was already killed, murdered by Congress and Duterte. So, that's how politics works in this country. So, if you are a DDS, you can probably say now that, hey, it's okay. I don't give a damn if a fake news institution like ABS-CBN is gonna lose its franchise. I don't care if it's gonna totally shut down. I'm not gonna give a damn about its 11,000 employees and their families, because a lot of people have lost jobs, employment as well today. Okay, but what you don't know is that this shit might also happen to any institution that you like in the future, by a future tyrant. All right, if you're saying now I'm safe from any political harassment, okay, because I like who's sitting in the palace. No, how many DDS, okay, over the past months have been harassed and killed by the Duterte's stupid policies? For example, the drug war. Some of them, I believe, were DDS, the victims, and those victimized by government's draconian shutdown measures, the EZQ measures. I'm sure that a lot of the victims of the measures were DDS. All right, so a tyrant, a police, for example, a police that's gonna come to you is not going to ask, are you a DDS or not? No, they're not gonna ask that. They don't give it them, because they're the ones implementing draconian rules. They're not gonna ask if you're a DDS, then you're safe. They're not gonna do that. You're not wearing a DDS, immunity pass. We don't have that yet. Hopefully, we're not gonna have, what we call DDS immunity pass, just like an EZQ pass or quarantine pass. So you cannot simply say, no, it's not gonna happen to me because I support whoever is sitting in at the Malacanang Palace. If that's your mentality, you're so stupid. Alright? And you deserve to lose whatever freedom that you have right now, anytime today or in the future, because you allowed this to happen. Alright? So I am in favor of ABS-CBN's franchise renewal, not because, okay, I'm a fan, and not just because I'm for free speech. That's just one thing. It's because I would like to live in a society with consistent rules, okay, so that in the future, any tyrant who's gonna be elected by our stupid masses is not gonna shut down not just the institution that I like. If they can do that to one institution that they don't like, they can do that to any company or business in the Philippines. So you have a company that has been critical of Duterte, they can shut it down. They can always create any charge to justify the shutting down of that company. like they did to ABS-CBN. All right, we have what we call prosecutorial abuse, and Congress definitely displayed that kind of attitude during the 11 congressional hearings. So we have here Roque trying to justify the death of ABS-CBN. So we're gonna say ABS-CBN is now dead in the water. The only recourse that it has is to reapply for another franchise in the next Congress. Alright, I don't know what's the Congress that we have today, but the only recourse they have is to reapply. And the sad thing about this is that it's hard to let go of thousands upon thousands of people. And the hardest thing is to rehire them. These employees have to find work, okay? Have to find work after the death of their network. Lucky for the Lopez family because they still have disposable income. They probably lost billions or hundreds of millions of pesos because of this decision by Congress, but definitely they have a lot of property. They're still billionaires, so they can still go to America or to the UK and enjoy freedom there while they can. All right, but for I don't give a damn about the Lopez family. Okay, they're rich, they're oligarchs. They've enjoyed good life for decades. Okay, and they've been protected by whatever president that sat or that ruled in Malacanang. I'm for the 11,000 employees of ABS-CBN that's gonna lose jobs, and we have these propagandists in Malacanang Palace trying to justify that we don't have anything to say about it. Okay, it's Congress that did it, but who controls Congress? Duterte is a lawyer. Okay, he knows, and he knew in 2017 that I can still mandate or ask Congress not to renew the contract or franchise of ABS-CBN. All right, that's the politics that we have today. So, well, I'm just gonna say congratulations to the DDS in this country. Congratulations. It can happen to you as well in the future, and to any corporation or entity you like. So don't be complacent, okay? Because politics is so fluid. As Mr. Estrada said once in the past, weather lang yan. So I'm not gonna make this rant too long. Anyways, the only story that we have today, the biggest of them all, is the death of ABS-CBN. And according to Mr. Lopez, I don't know what his name, Ernie Lopez, it's gonna rise as a phoenix. Well, let's see if that's gonna happen. But ABS-CBN should learn its lesson. The only supporters you have, okay, are not your talents. Probably you have employees who are loyal. Okay, the low employees. I'm not gonna say low, or the regular employees. They are very supportive. But your artists, the artists that you supported, that you grew, okay, and supported for years, where are they now? Okay, they're like traitors. Okay, they're treacherous people. You could never rely on them. So do not rehire them once you have this rising as a phoenix moment in the future. Right? You've learned your lesson. And like I said, between political power and economic power, the biggest evil, I must say, is the political power, because a tyrant, a dictator, can always replace a crony with more cronies. Duterte can even order, with his power that we have today, if Congress can do that to one big company, he can even order through the help of the mechanisms of or instrumentalities in this country to force, or he can even force ABS-CBN to sell its business to a crony. All right, to a pro Duterte crony. So if you're a DDS, if you think that, I hate ABS-CBN because it's a fake news company, well, Duterte can always create his own cronies, and that company is gonna sell and offer bigger fake news. Alright, so in my case, personally, what I want is free market competition. Allow every competitors to compete with each other in the market, in the media market. I'm even in favor of outside competitors to compete, in our media industry, because our media industry is 100% against foreign ownership, and that's the reason why we have this case about PDRs, or Philippine Depository Receipts. All right, and they use that to hammer ABS-CBN and to justify its shutdown. All right, but I'm supposed to close this. All I can say is good luck to ABS-CBN and its 11,000 employees, and good luck to their families as well. That's a lot of families to feed. So it's not just 11,000. Probably multiply that by 2 or 3 or 5. Okay, because a lot of people depend on these employees. They have their own families as well, but some people in the government don't give a damn because they still are getting salaries from the government. So why care, right? So that's all I'm gonna say today. This vlog is getting too long. So, and congratulations to DDS, you got what you wanted. I hope that karma is not gonna get you in the future or anytime after this. As they say, karma is digital. Alright, karma is digital. And to the corrupt lawmakers who voted against franchise renewal, good luck. Okay, people should remember their names. Okay, and I think according to reports, only 11 members of that committee voted to renew the contract of ABS, even 11 lawmakers. Alright, so I'm not gonna make this too long. This is a censoration vlog. Have a good one to all of you. Peace.